Hello, everybody. I've decided to try and get a little to try and use the YouTube and X channels to make contact with anyone who knows more about the John Pesuttto situation than I do. So please, if you are watching this or are in Australia or know someone who's in Australia or knows someone who is following it, please direct them this way and help us figure out what's going on, because it appears to be, could be wrong, but it appears to be very, very funny. Now, it could be wrong, but here's the report that I just saw. So see what you think of this.
Within his own party, senior hanging on to the Liberal leadership.
Here we go.
John Pesuttto is hanging on to the Liberal leadership by a thread tonight as pressure intensifies from within his own party. Senior Liberals have told 7 News Mr Pesuttto's time is up, with a messy defamation trial now set to drag on into next year.
Next year.
He may be certain he's staying.
Oh, it's stable. Very good.
But for
next year. He's going to do this till next year. Do you know what happened today? What happened today was I should have waited. I should have waited until I pull this up. But what happened today is the subject of paedophilia came up, and whether John Pesuttto would agree. And here's where I need your help, people, because this is so unbelievably funny. Whether people would agree that this guy that is involved in some way, whether Pesuttto agrees that he's a pedophile, right? Do you know what I mean? So this is a guy who is putting himself through a trial where he is going to have to answer every single question he's been avoiding for the last 5 years since he decided to support gender ideology. He is just like Humza, Nicola Sturgeon, who else went? Vadrakar, that fucking sap, and so many others who have put all their chips in on the trans movement, the dumbest movement of all time, dumber than the Salem trials, dumber than McCarthyism, dumber than anything we've seen before, dumber even than the Satanic Panic. Because at least the Satanic Panic did not mutilate children, or at least if it did, very isolated cases. I actually don't know of any, but if it did, I'm willing to be corrected. But we know one thing, that this fucking movement is mutilating children by the thousands. And if you don't believe me, sorry, that's my drink. If you don't believe me, I'm going to quickly try and find that brilliant video. Wait, sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. I have to share the rest of this video. I just forgot I was showing it to you. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go.
his party, it's not a question about if John Pesuttó will be booted, but when.
You'll be there at the next election?
Yes.
Certain about that?
We need to remove this rotten, old, tired, corrupt Labor government.
The turning point came during his defamation trial.
Wait. I'll just check. Can everyone hear this? Yeah, I think I was on backwards on some media. It's 2. Watch your Graham. Okay. You seem to. I think you can hear it. Sorry. Let me play again.
By Moira Deeming, who claims the leader painted her as a Nazi sympathiser. Nervous MPs hoped it would be over in a matter of...
Imagine if you were being portrayed as a Nazi sympathiser by the leader of your own party, the party you're in. Like Keir Starmer just betrayed Rosie Duffield by remaining silent when members of Labour were hounding her, bullying her, threatening her, harassing her, cold shouldering her, pretending nothing was going on, like Jess Phillips. You know, that was bad enough, but to actually call your own MP, or whatever they call them in Australia, a fucking Nazi, and thinking you could get away with it, this is how stupid trans rights activists are. And they're fucking useful idiots in government.
Of weeks. It will now stretch into next year. At a Liberal lunch held at the Melbourne Royal Show today, some tried their best to distract from the chaos.
Crispy chili oil, great Victorian products here, which I highly recommend everyone gets.
Well, the Liberal Party is also getting spicy, so do you want to be the next leader?
There is no comment I have to make on any of those matters.
He's a great leader. Thank
Who's
you.
talking to the papers, Georgie?
I don't know.
How are we going, guys? Yeah, going well.
Are you
Fantastic.
confident in
Oh, well.
Absolutely.
Oh, great. Yes,
Nationals,
great.
they just want the mess sorted.
Go and have a long cold shower and get on with your job.
Three contenders for his job have emerged. Brighton MP James Newbury, who's
I'm sorry, but look at these haircuts. My God. Where are they brothers? Is this some sort of Saving Private Ryan situation?
been outspoken on youth crime. Former police officer and MP for Berwick, Brad Batten, and tennis player turned MP for Nepean, Sam Groth.
Do you want to be the next leader?
What are their names? Oh, I'm so sorry. This is so funny. I love every single thing about this trial. It's the best. It's the best.
For Nepean, Sam Groth.
Do you want to be the next leader?
And
I missed
tennis
that. I wanna hear
on
those names
youth
again.
crime. Former police officer and MP for Berwick, Brad Batten, and
Batten.
tennis player turned MP for Nepean, Sam Groth.
Do you
Sam
want to be the
Groth.
next leader?
Sorry, where's my entrance?
This way. We'll take you. We'll take
I'm
you.
trying to
I
get away.
thought the middle bit was a bunch of names as well, but it seemed to be some sort of description of something to do with tennis. Former tennis player, I believe.
Away from all of you.
Also trying to get away was John Pesuttto from court. His leadership
I love the way his name sounds like Pursuit.
under fire, he skipped
Thanks,
out
Jessica.
early for the first time to do radio.
It's very solid and I have strong support in the party and there's no issue here.
And state political editor Chanel Vella joins us now. Chanel, the federal opposition is watching all this very closely.
Well, Mitch, the federal election will be held next year, and that is a problem for John Pesuttto. If his court case impacts negatively on their campaign, it will be disastrous for the
No. I'm sure it won't. I'm sure the paedophile business today will sort everything out. The only thing is, I can't look for it without pausing the video, so I'll find it in a bit.
state and federal parties. Even MPs who have long supported John Pesuttto have told 7 News today their leader has to move on. The only choice that now needs to be made is, will he go on his own, Mitch, or will he be pushed?
Okay, Chanel Vella, thank you very much.
Okay, again, to reiterate, this is all because this stupid man believes the lies of trans activists and would not back down. I mean, how stupid is this? He actually paid and apologized to the other women who he defamed. He did that. And now he's going into trial and he's actually fighting more redeeming for something about which he has already apologized to 2 women and paid a sum of money. Angie Jones and oh yeah, and of course, and Posey. So I mean, this is the best. This is the best thing I've ever seen. And when people say to me, "Will you write? Can you write comedy about all this?" How could you write something funnier than this? How could you write something funnier than this? This is immaculate. This man is leader of a political party. This man, is he in power? I'm so sorry, I don't know. I'm so sorry, I don't know. I don't even know if he's the leader of the opposition. Hold on a sec. Is John, stuck on caps, Pesuttto in power? Oh, he's not currently in power. Okay, that's fine then. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to show you that. That's the kind of, I hadn't actually seen that, right? But I knew that it would be as funny as it was. It is so funny. Please, Australia. We missed a lot of great comedy from Australia. There were 2 guys who I think based their act a little bit on Cook, and Fortune, Bird and Fortune. They were really funny. They had such a brilliant naturalistic style, and we didn't see enough of them over here. But please, please keep producing comedy like this, please. And for God's sake, I mean, here's the thing, right? John Pesuttto is not alone. I listed all those other politicians who have fucking shit the bed on this. Vadrakar, first Irish gay leader, gay Taoiseach. And what did he do? He tried to erase the word mother from the Irish Constitution. That's what we're dealing with. And John Pesuttto is another one cast from the same mold. And basically what's happening is that politicians, and no offense to the smart ones, because there are a few, but as Kemi Badenoch said about civil service workers who are lazy and aren't doing their jobs, the few are the anyway, I've confused myself with that analogy, but look at that interview as well. Anyway, sorry, I'm just kind of stunned by the stupidity of this stuff. Like, I've got my own guy as well. I've got David Paisley is still suing me, and he is going to have a kind of "this is your life" of all the people who he came after on Twitter. I'm sure you all know the stories of how he shut down a gay magazine and targeted Kerry Black and many other things like this. He's still suing me. I still have to face this guy in court because I think his I don't know what it is. It's something to do with money. I think they think I'm rich, But anyway. So basically what we have is a bunch of people lining up to be humiliated in court. Lining up. You couldn't stop them. We got Paisley, we got Jolyon, who went for the longest, the man who walked up a hill and went down a mountain because he was told off by the fucking suicide expert for the government. I'm in contact with Megan Murphy Kelly. An interview this month. Get yourself on my dance card. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. Corsuit. And I forget. And yeah, don't worry. I had to watch the Trans Widows documentary. I have. It's brilliant. I'll be in touch with Vash, as I call her, because we're great mates. But yes. Anyway, I just think Moira Deeming has it sewn up. Not only has she humiliated one of these useful idiots that trans activists kind of work on, people like Mary Black and people like that, and Stella Creasy. She has absolutely destroyed one of them, and all she had to do was fight for her good name. So fair play to her. I hope she's sleeping like a baby because she's sorted. This is going to destroy this idiotic man. And, I would have sympathy normally, but God, if it's got to happen to people so that others see it and stop being so bloody stupid and stop calling women fighting for their rights bigots. It's that simple. Anyway, sorry. I was a little bit drunk tonight. I had a long day coming back from Lisbon. It was a pain in the arse. I was home at 4 a.m. last night. So I did what I usually do. I thought this is a special day where you are allowed to do nothing whatsoever. So I had a few drinks. Anyway, yeah. Oh, and there was one other thing I was going to do. Sorry, I kind of gave an ending, but I'm not finished. Okay, so listen, I got a message, and I think she said it was okay for me to use her name. Yeah, she said any of those. She said, this is Kit Kowalski, who's a lovely TERF in Australia, who I hung out with when I was over there. Where was I? I think it was Sydney. Yeah, it was in Sydney. And she says the Deeming trial is going gangbusters. All the crepe about the paedophile apologists being read out, speeches played in court, KJK Nazi rumours dispelled, corruption in the party. The leadership team of the Parliamentary Liberal Party pressured to resign. MSM has gone a bit quiet and aren't reporting the TERF stuff, though. I'm not sure we will ever crack them. Well, I really think that I think this for every country. We have to take the fight to the broadcasters. They are lying about this subject. They are lying by omission. So I really wish we could take it to them, because nothing will get done as long as people like ABC in Australia, RTE in Ireland, BBC in the UK are pretending that nothing is happening. You know, I mean, today I was tweeting about the woman, 24 years old, this young girl who was told that if she cut off her breasts, she would turn into a boy. And she died at 24 years old because of complications involving a fucking phalloplasty, which means they roll up some skin from her arm, stick it to her stomach, and tell her she's a boy. It's so disgusting. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, so that's all. I really just wanted to read you that tweet. Oh God, if I had this on for the whole time, hold on a sec, I'll try and get rid of it. Yeah, I just really wanted to read you that because, oh my God, it made me laugh so much. Everything about this is just so great. I mean, surely they can't ignore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe politicians absolutely being nuked because of this. And you know what? I think Kamala Harris is next. Not because of Kamala Harris, although I do think, like Trump, she's a laughably incapable leader. Because of Tim Walz. Because Tim Walz is one of the people who tried to make these operations easier, who legalized them in his state, all that sort of stuff. So it's just like a giant hole that's going to be blown in the side of the Democrat Party as soon as the Republicans decide to go for it. And in fact, actually, they already have. They said they did an ad with the tagline, Kamala Harris is for they, them. Donald Trump is for you. You know, big open goal, and they just tapped it in. Tampon Tim, exactly. I mean, you know, I like you think back if someone like Karl Rove or Roger Stone, one of these rat fuckers that worked for the Republicans, had their hands on this, it would be all over, you know, because they would have no shyness about using it. And for the first time, they would actually, well, maybe not for the first time, who knows, because we've been lied to before. But like, you know, for the first time, they'd be doing it for a good cause, because these operations that they're doing to children, I met over the weekend in Lisbon, so many parents whose children had gone no contact, who were taking testosterone, who were going down a route that meant they would be visiting a hospital forever. And these parents are bereft, you know, in tears during, you know, at the film, that Jennifer Lyle's film, people were in tears in the audience. And when someone stood up, some strange person who tried to get into women's toilets, but when someone stood up and said, how many people here have trans kids? And most of the audience put their hands up. I don't think he was expecting that. I think he had drifted in from WPATH, and I think he thought 1 or 2 people would put their hands up, you know, because his assumption is that no one understands it, no one knows it. Oh, you're just bigots, all this sort of stuff. But actually, the truth is that all these parents care deeply for their kids, are trying to stop them from making massive mistakes, and yeah, we'll are waiting for the day they knock on the door again. So I hope if anyone knows anyone who's gone no contact with their parents, they'll let them know that, you know, they all want to get back in touch, you know. Yeah, anyway. Also big news, the spouse of Jamie Reid is publicly detransitioning and taking back her name, Roxanne Reid, and criticizing adult affirmation. I remember when I criticized adult affirmation, some people on my side called me a bigot. But lose a few stone and you look like a man to be reckoned with. Yeah, well, you know, I'm walking a lot more, and I saw some photographs of myself in Belfast. Oh, they were. I think like at least I don't look like that at the moment, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you. Yes, I said to him, stop giving me a Hitler lick, and it worked. Anyway, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I still do want to stream games because then I would just sit back and play them and chat. But maybe I wouldn't. Maybe it wouldn't be maybe it's not a good idea because I just want to concentrate on the game. And people are asking me jokes or ask me questions, and I'm trying to tell jokes, and I don't know. I'm screwing up the game and the jokes. So yeah. Anyway, sorry about the lack of the mess we're in recently. It's not because we don't love you. It's just because one of our number is making some big changes and just needs a bit of time to do that. But I am going to do more interviews. I'm going to get Ut on after 4 years and Vash. And we're going to talk about the documentary, which I recommend everyone watches, Beyond the Mirror, which is so good because it's done in this very subtle animated style. It's kind of like, a kind of basic documentary. But unlike, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick of documentaries where, you all see them sitting down and the microphone being adjusted and the nodding and jumping in and out. It's nothing like that. It's just a very simple, elegant, animated style, and it really makes the stories pop, Anyway. Let me see if there's anything else I can. Claire, yes. I tell you, I've had a great time on Twitter tonight. I said a lot of things that I really wanted to say, and I feel energized by the fact that the same people who have been coming at us for defending women are the same people who are currently abandoning Israel in their time of need. Now, I know I know there's lots of complications and nuances to it, and I know people feel strongly, but October 7th changed something for me completely, and I'll never really be the same again, And I know there's a long history and all that sort of thing, but I don't know. I also think the Manchester bombing, the Bataclan, I think it was Bataclan or Bataclan in Paris, September 11. It's enough. It's enough. Stop it. And the fact that Israel took out the high command of Hezbollah and Hamas. What did they do to Hamas? I can't quite remember. But they did do the most ingenious, highly targeted move, anti-terrorist operation, I think, in history. And it was thrilling to see because it minimized casualties. Not something you could say of Iran's attack today, where two guys walked down the street machine gunning civilians. So it's been a great day because Israel defended itself. Women are fucking winning, and people are. I think more and more people are waking up to the fact that this was a child abusing, transsexual rights hijacking, homophobic, misogynistic load of shite that has taken up too much of our time over the last 5 years. But today, between more redeeming and Israel fighting back, it's a good day to be alive. See you soon, everyone.